So we're going to try this one more time. Seems I keep sharing the wrong screen. So let's see if I can get this right this time. So let's go to share screen. And someone asked about getting notifications when you are, when you send a proposal document or anything like that, getting notifications that that document has been signed. So let's go to, put you on the screen over here. Cool. All right, so let's drag over what I want to show you. All right, the first thing I want to tell you is that, okay, when you're doing your documents and stuff like that, so for your documents, if you need to go kind of create a document, if you are familiar with where that area is, you want to go to payments. Payments is where you create your documents. So as you can see, all my documents are here, right? Whether it's a proposal, it's a service agreement, it's an account contract for my subcontractors, all those are here, should be created here under documents and contracts. The main thing you want to do is go over here to where it says settings. So over here in settings, if you click on that, this is where you get the ability to receive or to select to receive notifications. You can do that for the customer so they can get a notification when the document is complete by using this. So you configure it. You want to make sure you configure it first with your name and email. So that means when they receive an email, it'll come from whoever you put here and also from that email, right? The other thing is you have to decide what type of notification do you want to give. So and once again, this is for the customer at this point. The document signed, you toggle this, and this says template used when the documents has been successfully signed, accepted by the recipient. So this is just their confirmation that their document has been signed. I put document name, signed, and I use these custom values to kind of put that here. So whatever that document name is, John Doe Entertainment's service agreement signed, right? And you make sure you click save. Now, the notifications that they were talking about or referring about was about team notifications. This is what the team receives when that document is signed by the customer or potential customer. Here, if you go over to team notification, it has override center details, but it's pretty much the same. So you don't want to override it. It's going to be the same for the most part. If you need to override it, then that's what you would do. You would click this, toggle that, and change what information is going to be used. But I don't want to override it. I want it to be the same. Document sign is the selection that you want to select here. Document sign, this template is used when the document has been successfully signed by the recipient. I use default template. I put, and this should not be there. Let me take that out. I don't need location. Document name. So the name of the document, which is John Doe Entertainment service proposal, signed by, contact name. And these are, once again, these are custom values that you can just add so that so you don't have to keep changing the name. Whoever the document was assigned to or sent to, their name is going to pop up because you have them in your contacts, and you click save, and that's all you have to do to receive notifications. There's another thing that you can do if you don't want to go that route. You want to kind of create a workflow and then have other things happen after that contract is signed. So I'm going to show you a workflow that I created here. So this workflow right here, and hopefully you can see it, it's large enough you can see it, I called it contract out for signatures, sub-account onboarding process, but I use it. This one is specifically for subcontractors when I send it out to them because I have other things that happen after they sign a contract or other notifications. That's why I use a workflow. The other way that I showed you, you won't kind of get other things to kind of be triggered and happen. So in order to kind of help automate it, I have it in a workflow. So what you want to do is create a trigger or figure out what trigger you want. And specifically, this is for documents and contracts. So I would go and I would select that contract, that trigger. Now I'm going to show you how you find that trigger. All right. So when you go over here, if you go over here and you see the workflow triggers are here, and it's a whole lot of them, and you don't know which one. One thing I would do is if you're getting familiar with doing your automations and workflows, stuff like that, I would kind of familiarize myself with what's considered a trigger, right? So as you're doing this, if you scroll all the way down, And this right now seems kind of small. I don't know why it's that small. Let's do it like that, make it larger so that people can see. Go back to the triggered area. That looks a little better. So if you scroll all the way down, understand they're in different areas, so you have to kind of familiarize with what each area has. Specifically, documents and contracts is going to be under payments, just like it is in the on the menu side of the CRM when you first start. So if you click on documents and contracts, that's where I got this from. So I just wanted to show you how to get to it. So now, how do you kind of make it specific to the contract or the proposal or the service agreement that you want a notification for? You would, of course, when you choose your workflow, this is going to be automatically here, right? You can change that if you want to, but I kind of leave it there. I give all of my triggers and actions and all that stuff within a workflow. I give it a name. Generically, it's just going to have it may not even have anything. I don't believe. I think you have to give it a name anyway. So I give it a name, documents and contracts, and I put sign. Excuse me. So now what I'll do is I'm going to take this out and kind of walk you through the process, right? So the first thing you want to do, this is just the documents and contracts. So now you want to be specific. Which document and contract do I want the notification for? You can kind of specify that. So if you click add filters here, click add filters, you want to select, and these are going to be standard fields. These are the first ones that's going to pop up for this specific trigger. You want to go to template because you want a specific template that you use. And you want that to be an is selection, not is empty, not is not, but you want is. So the template is, and when you click on this, it'll give you a selection of all the proposals and templates that you have. Normally, I number my proposals and service agreements and all that other stuff to make it easier to find. So the specific one that I'm using is the subcontractor for this workflow. But if you see, there's a proposal template. So just remember, you got to remember the names of your templates or the names of your proposals and service agreements and all that other stuff when you're doing a workflow. So I'm going to click this one because this is specific to that. Now, if I leave it here, every time anybody does anything with this, I'm going to get a notification. So that's not what I want to happen. I want it to be specific to when somebody signs this. So now I have to break that filter down a little bit, even be a little bit more specific with it. So if you click, let me go back. If you click add filters, click on it, there's an option you can select again. Now go to the status of this specific agreement. So what is the status? Meaning, what is it? It's changed. So how has it changed? You want to click is, and the options are if it's completed, no, that's not necessarily what you want. If it's sent, that means you'll get a notification when you send it out. You don't really need that notification. The one that you're looking for is signed and accepted. Once it's signed and accepted, that's what you really need. And you can actually stop right here. You don't have to put any more. So once that contract is signed, you'll get it'll trigger this workflow. So I click save, go on to the next thing. What do I want to happen when that document is signed? I want a notification. There are a number of ways you can get notifications. You can get it through the CRM, through just a notification, sort of like a banner or kind of like a ding. Hey, this has been signed and pops across your phone. You can do an email or you can do a text message. Either one works. And I'm going to show you how to find that. So after the trigger, the next thing is what's the action that you want to happen. So when you click on this one, after you do a trigger, the only thing you can really do after that is actions after the trigger has been triggered. So what do I want to have? I want an actual internal notification. I want a notification to come to me or my team or whoever. So I'll click on send internal notification, right? And that's where this comes from. So I just wanted to show you how to find that. So I'm going to break down what it says. So in my internal notification, once again, like I said, I give it a name, document contract sign, and you see that here, right? Now, type of notification. Remember, I told you have the option of an email, a text message, or just a notification. I like to just have a notification in this specific situation, but you can do it any way you want. You can have all three if you want. You can do an email notification, then do a text message, and then also a notification. I don't like so many notifications. I don't need it. I thought I did in the beginning. I realized my phone was dinging too much. So I cut that out, just a simple notification, because I'm already going to get an email from the settings technique that I showed you before. I'm already going to get that email. But if I'm not checking my email, I would like to be able to have it on my phone. Oh man, cool. They just signed it. So now I can go, now I know to go and check, right? Or you can send that to a specific person within your staff. So I do this, the notification, I give it a title, a document or a contract has been signed. If you want, you can add a custom value, like a document or contract has been signed, and you can put by and put a contact name. So you can put a document or contract has been signed by John Doe, or whoever that contract was assigned to is going to add it automatically pop up if you put a custom value up there. Okay, so let me take that off. So the next thing is, now you want to put a message. What's the message that's going to pop up on your phone? Document or contract has been signed by contact name John Doe of John Doe Entertainment. There you go. So you'll see that there. The next thing you want to do is go down to redirect page. I kind of have it in opportunities, but your options are contact, conversation. I don't know if that really makes a difference. I haven't really figured that part out, but when I do, I'll let you know. I keep mine at opportunity. The next thing is so who is this notification going to? I have it set to user assigned to the contact. So when the contact is created, my contacts are already assigned to a specific user. So whether it be me, my virtual assistant, or somebody else within my staff. So that's how I have it set up, so that all notifications on that particular contact or client or whatever goes to that person. But you have the option of changing that to, you can do all users, so everybody within your facility, a particular user, or like I said, a user assigned. So a particular user, if you click on particular user, now everybody that's in your staff, you can pick them individually. Like for instance, I can pick that, which is me. I can pick that or somebody else, virtual assistant, for that to go to, even though they may be assigned to somebody else. But I'm going to go back and put, like I had before, user assigned to the contact. And then after that's done, there's nothing else. You just make sure you save it here. You save up top, because you want to always save any progress you make in your workflow, because you'll lose it. Now, with that being said, you can stop right here. You don't have to do anything else. And then you'll get notifications when that specific contract is signed. You can add more triggers and add other proposals or service agreements or whatever. You can make it specific to each one of those. It's up to you. Mine, like I said, mine is a little bit more to it, because I want other things to happen after that contract is signed, and I want them to happen automatically as opposed to be having to go in there and do it. So hopefully that makes it simple. One thing I want to show you is what that contract is going to look like, or what that notification is going to look like. So in your email, with the first the first technique that I showed you, you'll get this, something saying like this: Beth Judy, Barbie Dental contract service agreement signed. You'll say, hi, Sherman, Beth Judy, Barbie Dental contract agreement. And I put a little bit of information to kind of jog my memory about what it is. And just, I like to kind of make it a little specific, but you don't have to do that. You can just leave it at whatever. But just so you know, it'll say has now been accepted and signed, all parties involved. Have a look by clicking the button below. So if you click on this below, and you can actually see what the contract is and that it's been signed. So you have the ability to kind of go back and see which one it was talking about. So hopefully that explains what you were asking about getting notifications. Like I said, there's two ways you can do it. You can do it by going to the settings where your templates are for your proposals or service agreements and stuff like that, or you can actually create a separate workflow and then kind of build that out to do other things after that contract is signed. So with that being said, you guys have a great day, and hopefully this was a help to you all.